Hello, everyone. Sylvan Advocate with Gun Rumble TCG here. I'm back from my hiatus, and oh boy, have I got a deck to show you guys. This is a new instant deck tech of the Chaos Galaxy Sheos Zoo list I created a while ago. Sheos Zoo, if you didn't know about the Zoo archetype, Zoo is a deck type where you play a bunch of low cost creatures and then try to run your opponent over as quickly as possible. And this deck definitely does that very well. This deck has a currently like around 95% win rate. I not 100% because I played. There's one match I played against a Boulder Dragon deck, but I lost that because the game went long and he played a bunch of big creatures. So just quick thing, this deck is not good in the late game. You well, late game, I guess. You don't want to you don't want to wait till like the very late turns, like turn let's say 10 or 20. Those are the turns where you're gonna lose. And Zach has been like had some rule changes, so if those rule changes stick, this deck could be even better than it is. Like even going second now, going second would be like Yu-Gi-Oh going second with an OTK deck. I mean, it's pretty good. Anyway, let's get into the bulk of this deck. First up, got our staples, of course, because you have to run staples. They got Beast of Black Hole. You got a Supernova to deal with those pesky Omniuses. Only one though, because I found that you don't really need more than one, especially if they don't even play Omnius. You can use it on a day. It's not exclusive. You don't have to wait for them to play an Omnius for it to be useful. But we got a Galaxy Crash here, Blaze Elixir because you're trying to kill him as fast as possible. You might as well just try to kill him turn like 3 with a Blaze Elixir and a Pyronite or something. Speaking of that, we got Pyronite as well here. A high powered 4-star is very good in this deck. It's one of the best creatures in the deck I've seen. It's not the best. The best two I will get to later, and I'll tell you why they're the best two. We got our one copy of Omnius, because of course we do. We got our 2 copies of Pelfam, because again, of course we do. Got our Phantom Matter. We got our KOs, and we got our Bull Waters, because it's very good. We have a bunch of low stars, and it protects anything. So why not run it? Am I right? Well, now let's get into like the more creative cards to put in. Um, First one, Manflanky. Like, let's just get into the creatures, I guess. Manflanky, along with a lot of the other Shiatsu creatures, are just normal, everyday. They're aggro. They're aggro cards, really. They're the cards that make the deck work. We got the Pyronite, as I said before. We got Tonix because the gaining of the power is very good. 2 of those in here. We got a Meltalon because that's also really, it kills Pelfam. That's all the reason you need to run it. Just it kills Pelfam. If it kills Pelfam and is protection against Pelfam, basically, because you don't want, if they bounce it, then you get a thing that kills their Pelfam. It's basically Pelfam protection on a stick. It's very good. Um, we have we have a Bullwhip and a Magmall. They're also the basic creatures. Now I'm going to get into the cards which I feel are the best creatures. If you want to build like a zoo deck in a different thing, these are the cards that you want. All right, so you want Fraxel. Fraxel is a 4-star that whenever it's killed by an attack, you gain 4 stars. This card is insane. It's basically a 4-star, like a free. It's basically you're free playing a creature because there's half the time I'm not even going to kill it, and when they do not choose not to kill it, you gain more stars the time that they do kill it because they're going to have to kill it. Otherwise, they're not going to get in for points, so they're going to have to kill it at some point. And also, the best creature is Orbov. Orbov is so good. Is 2 stars. Like I think the cheapest creature in the deck is at here. Like we don't really play him for the power. We play him for his ability. All right. Yeah, being able to like attack for a point is good. It's fine, but like that ability, being able to play him from your graveyard to save yourself, that is so good, and it helps you in like any situation. Let's say they have Blaze Elixir on a day, they attack in, they kill your Orbob, you bring it back, they don't gain any points. Very good card, extremely just amazing. So now we're gonna get on to Sheos and Lava Behemoth. This card, it's alright. It's honestly not very good in the deck. We run it because it's a high power. It's basically an Omnius swing for less stars. Pretty good. It kills their resource zone. So if they have one up, or a resource zone up, then you kill that resource zone, and they can't beast a black hole, which is pretty good. But it can also backfire on you if you also have your zones up and they don't have any empty zones. It can backfire pretty easily. So let's get into the resources in the deck, the big ones. So first we got Eternity Amulet, Attachment. I realized in this deck specifically that it's very good. Aggro decks love this card. There's a reason why Zach put it to 1. It wasn't a very big problem, in my opinion, when before it was banned. Like, it was annoying, but it really wasn't too big. But now I can definitely understand why he did it, because it's so good, and it turns your if they have a Pelfam and you have a Pelfam, you trade in their Pelfam, you get their Pelfam point. That's basically you basically just play a 7-star 6.7 point swinger. That's amazing. We have a Blaze Elixir because, as I said, why not run Blaze Elixir? We got a little bit of a strange card, Enderman's Telescope. Now the deck is like 90% is 90% creatures, so most of the time you're going to be hitting a creature. Sometimes you will hit your Beast of Black Hole, sadly, but I found that it doesn't honestly matter if you mill your Beast, because you're going to win. You're going to win. You're going to go so fast that milling your Beast, it doesn't even matter. Milling your Galaxy Crash, it's not going to matter half the time. Some of the time, it definitely will matter, and that will feel bad, but it always just feels bad for a second, and then you realize, hey, I got 19 points coming your way. Oops, good game, friend. And it doesn't even matter that you milled it. So, Elemental Telescope, very good in the deck. Now, down here, we have a Mystical Realm Golden Chalice. Now, a thing about this card is that in certain circumstances, this card is amazing. Let's say that your opponent just played a bunch of stuff, or just um, did something and drew a bunch of cards or whatever, or they got the cards that they wanted from their deck or whatever. So then and let's say you have a bad hand, right? Like, it's turn 2, you're like, I have nothing but a chalice. Play the chalice, you shuffle both your hands back in and draw cards. In a deck like this, where you constantly run out of gas, this is very good, especially in the early game. Not much of a late game card, but whatever. It doesn't matter. When it works, it works. But like, let me tell you right now, this card does not work. It definitely does not work in the late game. You cannot use this card like too late in the game, because you usually don't have a hand that big in the late game. Besides, like, maybe you have an Omnius or a few high stars that you haven't been able to play because you're stopping your opponent from doing stuff. So you got to play all your little things. That can add up real quickly. So this card's not very good in a slower deck. So don't run this if you want to build a slower deck. So we got Ice Elixir. Ice Elixir is very good. I guess in this deck it doesn't help too much, because you want to kill your opponent rather than have them have a blocker. That with a blocker is much worse for you than them not having a blocker. Really is what I'm saying. But we still run one because sometimes they do play an Omnius and you don't have an answer for it. This stops that Omnius and buys you a couple turns. Because I've seen that most of the time they can't deal with the Ice Elixir. So that's good. And finally here we got Cosmic Treasure. Just a draw spell. Doesn't do much. It's it can, like, especially in the early game when you're dumping your hand, Cosmic Treasure is very good. Um, especially in late game when you need to draw that one, like if you need to draw Galaxy Crash or need to draw something, and your opponent has just been building up a giant board, you can Cosmic Treasure to find it. It's a very good early mid late game card. It's just all around one to tie only one to tie the deck together. Pretty good. So that concludes the stack. 95% win rate. I wanted to see what you guys think about it. So I contacted Zach about this. It's not a problem yet because I'm the only one who's played this. This is the first time I've been sharing this deck with you all, with anybody. I've been sharing the list. A lot of people have seen the deck because they've been beat by the deck, and also that one loss I had against Boulder Dragons. I played against the same guy who's still playing Boulder Dragons two other times before that, and I won both times. There's no bad matchup for this deck. It's just all face all the time. Sometimes if they give the upper hand, you want a Galaxy Crash because, of course, you want a Galaxy Crash, but that's basically all that you have to offer. Is very good. And in conclusion, this deck, very nuts. If you want to go to a tournament and play this, by all means, go to a tournament and play this. This is very competitive. It beat Barrow Control, which is amazing. Beat Shulk Time, beat Barrel Control. Yes, the match, he did not draw many things, as I was told. However, we take those. All right, we just take those. So, thank you guys for watching. I want you to like, subscribe, comment, whatever, normal YouTube stuff. Follow the Discord of Guild Rumble TCG because you get a card in the game if you do that. And first 35 people. And follow Twitter at Guild Rumble TCG. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace.